In the heart of a quiet suburb, where the laughter of children filled the air, the sun rose like any other day. It was a day meant to be ordinary, a day like any other.
But for one little girl, this ordinary day would become anything but. Unbeknownst to her, the shadows of danger were lurking, ready to change her life forever. While she waited for her bus, someone else was waiting too, watching her every move, planning and calculating. Her usual route to school was short and familiar, but today, her steps would lead her into the clutches of evil. The van that followed was silent, like a predator stalking its prey. In a matter of seconds, her world was turned upside down. The innocence of her childhood was stolen as she was pulled into the darkness, leaving only her bag behind, a silent witness to the horror. As the van disappeared into the distance, so did the hope of this ordinary day. A cruel reality set in. A child had been taken, and the race to find her had just begun. The community that once brimmed with life was now gripped by fear. The police, driven by duty, left no stone unturned in their desperate search for the missing girl. For her family, every passing minute felt like an eternity. Their hearts ached with the weight of not knowing, of imagining the unimaginable. Time was their enemy, and the trail was growing colder. But they refused to give up, driven by the belief that every child deserves to be found and brought home. Just when hope seemed lost, a small breakthrough emerged, a grainy image that could lead them to the truth. The detective knew this could be the key to bringing her home. The clues led them to a forgotten corner of the city, where darkness thrived. The detective knew this was a place where innocence could be easily shattered. In the dim light, the signs of her presence were undeniable. She had been here, and now, they were closer than ever to finding her. But time was running out. With no time to lose, the police moved in a coordinated effort to bring her back from the brink of despair. Every second mattered, and every breath held the weight of hope. And then, in the darkest corner of that place, they found her, frightened, alone, but alive. The nightmare was over, and she was finally safe. In the end, love triumphed over fear. The bonds of family, stronger than any evil, brought her back to the arms of those who loved her most. This story serves as a reminder, a lesson for us all. The world can be a dangerous place, but knowledge and awareness are powerful tools in keeping our children safe. In the wake of tragedy, the community united, stronger than before. Together, they vowed to protect each other, to ensure that no child would ever have to face such terror. Though she faced a nightmare, her story ends with hope. And in that hope, there is a lesson for us all to cherish, to protect, and to never let go of those we hold dear. As the days passed, the memory of the abduction lingered, but it also brought the community closer, reminding them of the power of unity and vigilance. For the detective, this was just one case among many, but it was a reminder of why he continued to fight, a reminder that every child deserves a safe and happy life. And as life returned to normal, the sounds of children playing once again filled the air. It was a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always light, and that light comes from the love and care we give to those who matter most. The rescue brought the girl home, but the case was far from over. The question remained, who was the man behind the abduction? The detective knew that somewhere in the details lay the key to uncovering the truth. Every piece of evidence was crucial. The forensic team worked tirelessly, analyzing each item with precision. They knew that within the smallest details, the identity of the man could be revealed, and then, a breakthrough: the fingerprints matched those of a man with a criminal record. The kidnapper was no stranger to the law. He had been caught before, and now they had a name and a face. With his identity uncovered, the manhunt began. The police were determined to find him before he could harm anyone else. They knew he was dangerous, and they couldn't afford to wait. The trail led to a secluded cabin, a place where he thought he could hide. But the police were closing in, and they would not leave without bringing him to justice. Cornered and outnumbered, the kidnapper faced a choice: surrender or face the consequences. The detective, calm yet firm, gave him one last chance to come out peacefully. In the end, he chose to surrender. The terror he had inflicted was over, and he was taken into custody. Justice would be served, and the nightmare he created would not be forgotten. For the detective, this was a victory, but it came at a price. He knew the scars of this case would remain, both for the girl and her family, and for the community that had been shaken. His past had caught up with him, and now, he would face the full weight of the law. But for the girl and her family, the healing process was only beginning. If you liked this video, then please and subscribe my channel.